Hi, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, where you'll have fun becoming fluent in American English. And especially welcome back to this third bonus lesson on how to win more professional opportunities in English. Let's go ahead and start with a little revision of what we saw in lesson number 2. Remember, the essential is to show that you're comfortable in English with the right vocabulary for your job and your experience. We also saw that it's important to express your personality in English and that it does take a little more effort to do that. You saw 2 secrets about American job interviews. So if you missed that lesson and you're curious, go back and watch bonus lesson number 2. We saw how important good structure is in your responses for clear, confident, and convincing answers. And more precisely, we looked at the STAR structure for doing that to discuss your experience. For example, with questions like, tell me about a time when you faced a difficult situation. Now, today is lesson number 3. It's the final lesson in this series. So if you want more bonuses after today, go to this website and sign up before Tuesday, November 7th. You'll get complete lessons on those 2 secrets we talked about. You'll get an invitation to a special live event later this month. Of course, an invitation to join the course, Get the Job, and tons of extra bonuses that are included when you join the course. So be sure to go to that website and sign up. Now, I have a friend, Rob, who is currently he's an English teacher, but before that he was an international recruiter and a consultant. And he's American, but he's based in Brazil. And I interviewed him and said, what can someone do to increase their chance of being selected when English is not their native language? And you know what he said? Avoid mistakes. That's the most important thing, and it's especially true for high positions and important missions. Now, it's easier said than done, avoiding mistakes, but the aim of these lessons and of the course Get the Job is to help you avoid the mistakes and be sure that you're selected. Now, in case you don't know me by now, I am an English coach. I've been doing this since 2004, and I have students all around the world who are learning English with me, becoming more fluent, becoming more confident, and getting better opportunities. And you'll meet some of those a little later. I'm the creator of Speak English with Christina TV, which today has more than 80,000 students, 80,000 Speak English ambassadors, we call them. And if you want to join us, if you're not already a Speak English ambassador, go to ChristinaRobofe.com and see if you like the community and the lessons and sign up and join us. And what will change for you, when you become a Speak English ambassador, but more importantly, when you take this course? Well, you will learn how to sell your profile in a precise, clear, and convincing way. A job interview, an internal interview, a networking event, any place where you need to be able to talk about yourself professionally and credibly. This is going to help you. You'll also show that you have the necessary level of English for the job, and you'll feel more fluent, you'll feel more confident. And because of that confidence, you will convince recruiters, project managers, business partners, HR managers that you're the right person for the job. Now, I don't know what your objective is personally. Maybe you want to go and work in a different country. Maybe you want to find a business partner to work on a project with you. Maybe you just want to get a new job in your own country, or even to get a better position in your company. But these are all opportunities that you can have if you get the job, which shows you step by step how to improve your English to win more of these opportunities. Now, it takes the form of almost like a job interview. You know, you have specific questions that you need to answer, and even though this is built like a job interview, these are often questions that you will hear in other types of interviews or in networking discussions. Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your future projects? What are your salary expectations or your prices? And, even a little bit of small talk. What do you do in your free time? Because we also like to know who the person is that we're working with in their personal life too. So you can use these questions, of course, in a job interview, but not exclusively. They can apply to, like I said, lots of different situations where you need to talk about yourself and promote your profile. Now, today we're going to look at how to finish the discussion on a positive note and leave a good impression. Good impressions are always so important. A good first impression and a good lasting impression. This is essential for two reasons. First, this way you can know if the other person has any other questions to eliminate any doubts they have about you. You can't read their mind. You don't know what's in their head, but you can make sure you eliminate any possible doubts. And at the same time, you confirm your motivation for this opportunity. Now that you know more details about the opportunity from the discussion, you want to say, I thought I was motivated before. Now I know that I'm motivated. So the first thing, if you want to eliminate any doubts, is to avoid being too direct. Don't ask something very direct, like, what do you think of my proposal? Or even, can I ask you what you think of my profile? It's quite direct. It's almost a personal question, a personal appreciation. And that can make the other person uncomfortable or defensive. Like, not like you're being aggressive, but it's, they're going to try to back away and try to avoid answering that directly. So you don't want to ask these questions so directly. You can do it a different way to be neutral and professional. For example, at the end of a job interview, something like, based on our discussion and what you've learned about me objectively, how well does this profile match the requirements for this position? So you clarify anything that the recruiter maybe didn't understand about you. If they have some hesitations or some doubts about your qualifications, this is the opportunity to clarify. And also, it's your chance to evaluate what the recruiter thinks about your profile, just to have an idea. If it's at the end of a networking discussion, something like, so do you think we could discuss this further, maybe over Skype or email? So you show that you're interested in continuing the discussion in more detail, and also you get their contact information so you can stay in touch. You can clarify or add details if you remember that you forgot to say something important. And if it's at the end of an internal interview, maybe for a promotion or for a specific mission or project. So, just to recap, and then you repeat the key information back to the HR manager, the key information about the requirements of the project, the details, etc. And then, did I understand correctly? So you're checking to be sure that you understood the details and you have an opportunity to clarify if necessary. And then you can ask, do you know when you'll make your decision? So because you're in an internal situation, perhaps you're a little more familiar with the person. Maybe, maybe not. But it's okay to go ahead and ask, do you know when you'll make your decision? And, they might give you a specific date. They might just say, we don't have a fixed deadline. We're talking to a lot of different people. Something like that. But in both cases, you'll show that you listened and that you understood the mission. And if necessary, just take some notes in the interview. There's nothing wrong with taking notes. And in fact, it can be a good sign because it shows that you want to be sure to not forget the important stuff. And then, like I said, you might get a concrete date to know their decision, but maybe not. It never hurts to ask. Then you want to confirm your motivation. So at the end of a job interview, you can say something like, when I researched this post, it looked very attractive. After our discussion today, I'm sure I'll really enjoy working in this position and in this company. Can you tell me how soon will you make your decision? Again, you'll know when to expect a response, and you reinforce your motivation for the job. There's an extra motivation in there, so just ignore that extra motivation. If you want to confirm your motivation at the end of a networking discussion, something like, it was really good talking to you, John, and I'll be in touch because I'm sure we could do some good work together. See you around. So you leave a friendly impression and you close the conversation smoothly. If you want to confirm your motivation at the end of an internal interview, something like, in any case, thanks for discussing this opportunity with me. And if you need anything else from me that could help you make your decision, you know where to find me. So a little touch of light yet professional humor at the end. Thank your HR manager or the person doing the interview, and you encourage them to ask you for more details, more documents, etc., that will support your profile if they need it. So now that you're prepared, you're starting to become more prepared to, let's say, convince the person you're talking to in these situations. But when you're always prepared, you avoid the mistakes that could cost you the opportunity. You don't want to lose an opportunity because you didn't prepare. You're confident with the vocabulary and the expressions for essential discussions anytime, anywhere. Again, you're not waiting until the last minute. You're continuously improving your English and learning to talk about your profile, your experience, and your qualities. And you give answers that prove both your experience and your good level of English. So they see you've got the knowledge and the English skills to do the job. And this means that you speak English like a credible, competent professional that people want to work with. And this is you. You are a credible, competent professional. Sometimes maybe in English that doesn't come across. Maybe English is blocking you at the moment from showing other people that. But the Get the Job course is going to remove that barrier so that in English you also give the impression that you're credible, competent, and professional. Just like these former students. These are not all of the former students, but 8 former students who got a new job or got a new opportunity after they followed this course. And if you sign up for those extra bonuses, you're going to hear more about their stories and how you can also do the same thing. Now, a little bit about the course. Get the Job, it guides you step by step so that you learn the English and the expressions you need to defend your profile and highlight your experience. And the content is based on discussions that I've had with other recruiters, managers, consultants in both Europe and in the USA. So basically, you're learning what they want to hear in different types of interviews. And of course, you improve your structures, you increase your fluency, and your professional credibility. So you get the English expressions, the advice from human resources professionals, plus interview techniques and strategies, and all of that is what makes the course Get the Job. Now, what's in the course specifically? You've got 12 detailed modules to master the 12 important subjects or questions. Also, the possibility to join live group coaching sessions with me and with other students. Of course, an invitation to our exclusive community of other motivated students. That's the Speak English with Christina Student Hangout. It's top quality people there improving their English. And of course, you get access to the course for life. So maybe you want to, prepare, improve the way you talk about your job now, but maybe in 2 years, maybe you'll have a job interview and you can come back and prepare for the job interview with the course. Now, if you want more bonuses, because this is the final bonus lesson, if you want more bonuses, go to this website, sign up, get those bonuses before Tuesday, November 7th, and you'll get the full interview with Rob, the recruiter, so all of his tips, plus my own 11 essential tips and English expressions for succeeding in an interview. So go ahead and go to that site, sign up before November 7th. And I have one more question for you. After these 3 lessons, what is the point that you still want to improve for your next interview? Job interview, internal interview, networking discussion, anything. Tell me about this in the comments so that I can help you with this last point. All right, thank you so much. I hope to see you in the Get the Job course. At least go and get those bonuses. And if you have any questions about the course, feel free to put those in the comments as well. All right, go ahead, sign up, and that way you'll get your invitation to the course. Thanks a lot. I'm Christina, and I'll see you next time.